This video is intended for beginners. We'll cover 15 poses today. Let us begin in a child's pose. Begin in a kneeling position, sitting back on your heels. Keep your big toes touching and knees spread apart to a comfortable width. Slowly extend your arms forward, reaching out in front of you. Lower your torso down between your thighs and rest your forehead on the mat. Relax your shoulders and let your arms rest alongside your body or extend them out in front of you, palms facing down. Breathe deeply here, feeling the stretch in your lower back, hips, and thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. We'll now transition to cat-cow. Start on your hands and knees in a tabletop position with your wrists directly under your shoulders and knees under your hips. For cat pose, exhale and round your back towards the ceiling, tucking your chin to your chest and drawing your navel in towards your spine. For cow pose, inhale and arch your back, letting your belly drop towards the mat, lifting your head and tailbone towards the ceiling. You can flow between cat and cow poses, matching your breath with each movement. Be gentle on your spine whenever you're stretching it. Make sure your hips are aligned. You can also show some more movement here by moving your hips in circular motion. You can also move your spine and your shoulders, your arms. Keep your hands on the mat. You could rotate clockwise or counterclockwise. The key here is to bring more movement into your body. You can continue to move between cat-cow as you're rotating your body in circular motions. Just make sure your hips are even. Continue to breathe. Okay, now let's come to a tabletop position before we sit on our ankles. We're going to be rotating our wrists. And you're going to extend your arms in front of you, palms down. You can also interlock your wrists and begin to rotate your wrists in circular motion. We're going to come now to a half dog. Your hands are in front of you. You're going to keep your hips above your knees. You're lowering your forehead to the mat. Keep your arms extended, feeling the stretch alongside your spine and shoulders. Here you're going to keep your knees slightly bent and your heels lifted. You could also bring your heels down, but it's better to keep them lifted. Breathe deeply. Remember to spread all your fingers apart and place your palms firmly to the mat. All 10 fingers are on the mat. Breathe deeply here, maintaining a long spine, and relax into the stretch. You could also bend your knees from one side to the next. Move your legs as if you're walking this dog. Breathe in, breathe out. You can move your neck a little bit so that you're not straining your neck so much. You could also come to your knees to take a rest. You can come to an extended puppy pose. Your hands are in front of you while you're keeping your hips above your knees. You're lowering your chest towards the mat, either resting your forehead or chin on the floor. You can lift your fingers into a tenting position to intensify the stretch to your shoulders. Breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in your chest, shoulders, and back. Now we're going to come soon to a high lunge position on the right side. You can take a moment here and rest on your knees and ankles. Your right foot forward. Going to bend that right knee, aligning it over your right ankle. Extend that left leg back, keeping the left heel tilted. Engage your core and reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Palms facing inward. Holding the pose, breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in your left hip flexor. Make sure that knee's in a 90-degree bend. You don't want to hyperextend it. If you bring your knee too much forward, it will hyperextend it. So let's keep that knee in that 90-degree angle. We'll now go into an extended lunge pose to the right. Going to bring your right hand on your right knee. Make sure to bend that right arm, and you're extending your left arm over your head. You can also just leave it extended up or just extend it further over your head. Here your right knee is bent, again 90 degrees, and your left leg is extended back. Pressing the ball of your left foot. Maintain your length here through your spine, gazing slightly up. Breathe deeply, allowing your hips to open. Now let's go to the other side. High lunge on the left side. Bend your left knee. Extend your right leg back, keeping the right heel lifted. Engage your core and raise your arms overhead, reaching towards the ceiling. Hold this position. Breathe deeply, stretching your right hip flexor. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to do an extended lunge to the left. Again, maintain your right leg straight, your left knee is bent. You're going to lift your right arm to the sky. Your left is bent on your thigh. You could also bring that hand to the ground. You can try to press your elbow against the inside of your knee to help open the hips. Keep your spine long here, chest lifted. Chest is constantly rotating to the sky here, and breathe deeply. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Let's come to a yoga squat. Bending your knees deeply and lowering your hips down towards the mat, coming to a squat. Bring your hands together in a prayer position at your heart center. Press your elbows against the inside of your knees to help open the hips. Here your spine is long and chest is lifted. You can also twist from one side to the next. So you're going to place your left hand on the floor in front of you. Inhale and then extend your right arm towards the ceiling, twisting your torso to the right. You can also place your right hand on the floor in front of you. Inhale and extend your left arm towards the ceiling, twisting your torso to the left. Whichever direction you're twisting, you're also turning your face towards that hand, twisting your head up to the sky. Or you can just stay here in a yoga squat with your hands together in prayer. You don't have to twist if you don't want to. And continue to breathe. Inhale and exhale. You can begin to stand here. And we're going to have now a tree pose. Your left knee is bent. Now remember, when you're standing in this pose, you're going to bend your left leg. Make sure your foot is either on your shin or on your thigh, never on the knee. Make sure you're standing tall and straight. Your arms are raised above you, palms facing each other. You could just look straight ahead of you. Focus on one area so you can maintain your balance. For yogis who are more advanced, feel free to put that foot on your inner thigh and you press into that inner thigh. Tree pose, left knee bent. In this pose, make sure your stomach, your core is strong. Your tailbone is tucked in. Don't stick out your butt. You want to maintain a straight spine. Tailbone is tucked in. Relax your shoulders. Don't strain them too much. Now we're going to do the same pose on the other side with bending your right knee. Again, you want to have your right knee bent with your foot on your chin or the inner thigh, never on the knee. Your core is engaged. Your tailbone is tucked in. Your Arms are raised above you, palms pointing towards each other. You're maintaining your focus on one position so you can maintain your balance. For more advanced yogis here, place your foot in your inner thigh. Continue to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Drop your shoulders here, make sure that they're not strained. Alright, we're going to come to a chair pose. Stand with your feet together or hips width apart. Bend your knees, lowering your hips as if you're sitting back in a chair. Extend your arms overhead, palms facing inward, keeping your chest lifted. Tuck in your tailbone, engage your core and thighs, keeping your weight in your heels. Continue to lower down as far as you can go. Breathe deeply, holding the pose. Now, if you have any tension here, you can straighten your knees and stand up straight. And we're going to come to a forward fold. So you're hinging your hips and folding forward, reaching your hands towards the ground. Let your head and neck relax. You can put your hands behind your neck here, or you can just hold them together, hold your elbows together. This pose is great for stretching your hamstrings. We'll come to a half cobra. Lie on your stomach with your legs extended behind you. Place your hands under your shoulders, elbows close to your body. Inhale, gently lifting your chest off the mat, using your back muscles. Hang out here in half cobra. Look directly ahead of you. We're now going to come to a full cobra. So start lying on your stomach with your legs extended and the tops of your feet on the mat. Place your hands under your shoulders, elbows close to your side. Your shoulders are relaxed. You're going to inhale, pressing into your hands to lift your chest off the mat. Straighten your arms to deepen the back bend, lifting your chest higher. Your shoulders are dropping here. Keep your shoulders relaxed, gaze slightly upward or just straight ahead of you, and hold for a few breaths. You can also breathe here gently before coming down to the mat. Move your hips to release the tension in your lower back, your forehead on the mat. Now gently come to a seated position. You'll lie down on your back. Your knees will be bent towards your chest. We're going to be doing a happy baby pose. Grab the outer edges of your feet with your hands, opening your knees wider than your torso. Optionally, you can rock gently from side to side, massaging your lower back. Breathe deeply, relaxing into the pose. Make sure your entire back is flat against the mat. You can also place your hands on the inner side of your feet or the outer side of your feet, whichever one feels most comfortable to you. And breathe here. You can also grab your ankles if the feet feel so far from you to grab them, that's okay. I personally like to move from side to side to stretch my back muscles, my hamstrings. And now we're going to come to a reclined butterfly position. In this pose, you're lying on your back and bringing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees fall open to the sides. You're going to place your hands on your belly, the left hand on your belly, the right hand on your heart. You want to feel your heart here. Relax your shoulders and allow your back to rest naturally on the mat. Close your eyes here and breathe deeply, feeling the stretch in your hips and chest. This is Butterfly Pose Savasana. Really relax here and breathe as we're coming to an end of our yoga practice. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Continue to breathe here. Begin to bring your knees together. Come to one side. Gently raise yourself. Thank you for coming to this wonderful yoga practice with me today. For more videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Namaste.